Hi, Julian. How are you today?
I'm well, Istvan. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Nice to see you in
You
the
too. We
beautiful
got the sunshine.
world.
I'm talking over you now. We're doing that. That's that funny old thing.
So, shall we jump in, or are you ready?
I'm ready. Absolutely ready.
Great. So basically, I wanted to introduce you to our community here, which is amazing. If you could tell me a few words about yourself, what is that you do, and what's your background, and basically just if you can tell us about yourself, that would be great.
Okay. No, that's good. I'm happy to. I guess my current sort of what I do now is I'm a leadership coach, and I've spent the last 25 years in the corporate world, predominantly doing sort of commercial leadership, managing businesses, teams, and I've enjoyed it and loved it. And in that time, I guess I've developed strategies for businesses. I've managed sort of P&Ls, and really enjoyed it. Been really successful. And then in the latter sort of part of my career, I started to get this sort of, so not a frustration, but it was more about I've always felt this sort of entrepreneurial sort of spirit about me, and I've been in organizations, and I like this sort of to be more agile, more flexible in how I approach things. And what I found is where some organizations I thrived in, where they empowered me and enabled me to be entrepreneurial. And in the last 2.5 years, I've actually gone out on my own now. So I set up my own consultancy, which was about looking at managing sort of strategies within businesses. It was looking at commercial leadership, and then also coaching. And coaching is what I'm sort of passionate about, and is what I guess, when I look back and reflect over the sort of 25 years in my career, I've always got excited when I've seen people sort of develop and change and move forward in a personal way within their role, within their job. And it's got me more excited in some ways than winning a big client and financial gain, because I feel actually people are firstly, as you invest in a person, then they can invest in other people, so it can proliferate, but also I think it's more difficult in some ways to get somebody to move certainly a mindset or a behavior that they keep doing from once you've had that conversation. So I guess coaching's always sort of been there, and I've always enjoyed it. And then last year I qualified and trained as a coach, and spent sort of like a sort of master's program, do a lot more about the psychology. I did lots of sort of training in terms of one-on-one coaching with people and with clients, and I built my hours up. So that's what I'm about. It's what I love doing, and it gets me really excited. And because I've been in leadership over the last 20 odd years, I focus on leaders, and I focus on coaching leaders, and I focus on getting leaders to I suppose unlock their potential, and I interact in that way. And it's interesting when I meet a client the first time, I often they always come with a goal, what they want to deliver, or 2 or 3 goals, and if they've created that themselves, I have the absolute confidence that I can facilitate them delivering on that goal, because they've created it, their systems to come up with it. My role is just to help them to dig deeper, to create self-awareness, to unpack what the options are and the ideas, and to create the mindset and the sort of the will to do it. And that's what I love about it, and that's the confidence I have. So yes, I'm sort of feel I'm rambling a little bit there, Stan, so you can interrupt me with as I'll go off on my passion of coaching. But yes.
No, I think it's all about you. So we would like to hear about yourself. Only thing I wanted to ask is, when you said you had this one-on-one coaching, so you are not really telling people what to do, you just directing them into a certain way. You
Yes, yeah,
kind of
absolutely.
supporting them on their own self-awareness, or I mean,
Yeah, and it is
somebody
it's not
somebody
telling
doesn't know.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, telling people's that some ways when you ask them to do something and tell them, and if you're above them and they just do it, that it's sort of simple and easy and quick. But no, coaching, and when I coach clients now, it's a lot of quite specific probing questions that will get the client to think and reflect. And what I do is, most people tend to operate at they call it a surface level, where they're operating at the sort of skills and behaviors. People sometimes go down to their values and beliefs. And what I do, I take them all the way down to their sort of mission, purpose, and identity, and create that self-awareness. And then when you get to that level, and if you align goals to that, then you have that sort of perfect storm. It's not, in that sense, it's a perfect scenario where then things feel good, they get excited, and there's momentum. And I unlock blind spots. I create a mindset that they can achieve stuff. And a lot of my sessions in coaching is a lot of listening. And it's me just asking a few questions and then listening. And I don't know as a percentage, but often it can be certainly a 70-80% me listening to a client, because that's where the value is. I'm picking up on things and nuances of how they say what they say, the way they say it, along with body language, but just listening. And that's the important thing, having that real, what do you call it, delicious listening, where you just think. And also what I found with a lot of executives, because they are obviously in meetings a lot and they're talking a lot, and they very rarely have time to think. And there's some power just to be in a situation where you're talking to somebody who's a professional, who will listen and reflect back, and there's just so much power in that. And often I get clients, just by them talking out things and just a little reflection, gain a huge amount of self-awareness, and they just create an action plan of what to do next based on that session. So that's what I do. I love it. I get really excited by it. And I love it when I see a client shift in a mindset. They have a light bulb moment, or they go away and they come back and say, yeah, I've done this, I've delivered on that. That's what excites me. And they've done it. And, I always say to a client that you are going to do all the hard work in all this, and you are accountable. And that's what I drive and strive, that they get to a place where they go away and they action it. Because I can't do that, because I'm not there. So they go away with that mindset, and it's proved to be effective. I think coaching can seem a little bit, it's not fluffy or woolly. I think it's a lot more robust now, and there's a lot of psychology behind it. There's a lot of evidence, and there's huge amount of evidence that within a business that the coaching will deliver, not only in terms of the person getting more self-aware and growing as a leader, it also that then delivers to the bottom line. So there's some real robust analysis out there and evidence that coaching actually delivers on the financials as well in a business.
Great. That's great. Yeah, it's really exciting, because you are a sort of psychologist, like in my point of view, you guys are kind of a business psychologists, but at the same time is a bit more than that, because you help people achieve what they want to achieve, but not necessarily know how to get there. You're giving them the direction of where to go and what to do in order to choose that direction, because some people don't really know what to choose, like, because they have so many options and they are confused, they don't know who to talk to. That's when I think coaching and leadership coaching comes in. So I always fascinated by you guys.